Welcome back. We're here with Dr. Deitra Hickey from Serenity Health and Wellness Center in Maumee, Ohio. Deitra, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course, it was a quick turnaround, so excited to be here. You do a lot, so I'm very excited to dive into your holy expertise and just like everything you're doing. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were the first wellness center in Toledo. Can you kind of talk about why that is important to you?
It is very important to me. It's very special because I was born and raised in Toledo and very proud of my hometown. It's very important to me. I was born and raised in Toledo and extremely proud of my hometown. And I think that oftentimes people will complain about their hometown. It becomes mundane. And for me, I'm like, well, let's just continue making it amazing and be proactive. And I just realized that the East Coast and the West Coast had some things that we didn't. And about 16 years ago, we opened Serenity Health and Wellness Center, and everyone thought I was crazy for opening somewhere like this in the Midwest. But when you're the only one, and especially the first one, those people that are like-minded gravitate.
Yes.
And as the concept grew, and actually wellness centers became a buzzword about 10 years ago, it's just been awesome, and the community has so supported us, and we've expanded 3 times. We opened another business, and we're just very grateful.
And can you talk about just why holistic health is so crucial to your personal life?
Well, first of all, it is personal to me. I grew up with a lot of adversity. My my parents had an accident. My father had a spinal cord injury and he was paralyzed, and my mother suffered from multiple sclerosis and she was also paralyzed. And I took care of both of them. I was their caregiver from 11 years old until I was 21. My mother passed away at 48 after many years of being bedridden. And so I kind of grew up with sickness and pain and just heartache, and I can see what that can do to a family and an individual. And so at 21, I had a decision to make because I didn't want to be this bitter, angry individual and use my adversity as a crutch. And instead, I decided I was going to better myself with it and use it to strengthen myself and help others. And so I know it's kind of cliche. I went into this to help people, but I really did. I'm a licensed counselor, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm an author of 3 self-help books, and my passion for the last 30 years has been to make a difference in the community and try to help people that are suffering like I did.
That's amazing. And I think people, when you come from a place of actually experiencing it versus reading it in a textbook or seeing it online, I feel like that brings another level of passion and another level of care to the services that you do offer, because you know the actual benefits that they can bring because you've seen them.
Yes, yes. It's not just a physical benefit, massage and yoga, aesthetics. It's truly emotionally, mentally. We put ourselves last so much. We put self-care last, like, oh, if I have time, if I finish everything, then I will take care of me. And it's such a backwards mentality, just like you hear on the airplanes, make sure you put your mask on before you attempt to help others. And you have to take care of yourself, and then you're going to be a better mom, a better leader, a better worker, a better wife, husband, whatever it might be. But we can't put that self-care last.
Why do you think self-care, especially in America, is something that we do put last?
Well, I think that we were raised to be humble. We were raised to be selfless. We were raised to work hard and constantly save for the future, and that children should come first, and your significant other should come first, and your job should come first. And I just think that was the societal norm that we were raised with, that it's selfish to take care of ourselves when we have all these other people that rely on us, our job that relies on us. And it's just this mentality that made us feel guilty when we did it. And so it was easy to just put ourselves last because technically that's what we were supposed to do. And now that mentality is just kind of very old school, and research has proven over and over again that we are going to be more effective and better for everyone else and our job, all of the above, when we do take pride in our self-care.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And can you talk about what is colon hydrotherapy and what are the benefits?
Yeah, you want to go, sample a little bit, be a model, colonic. I think he needs a colonic.
Yeah.
Yes, colon hydrotherapy is one of my most proud services that we offer here. We are the only ones in Ohio that have the FDA-approved medical grade devices. And when I first heard about colon hydrotherapy about 18 years ago, it was a woman in Michigan, and it wasn't these devices. Nothing against her, but they were very subpar and archaic almost. And she had a 6 week wait list. And so I really more saw it as a business opportunity tied with holistic health. And let's see if I can combine this together. But colon hydrotherapy cleanses the whole 5 to 7 feet of your large intestines. So an enema, laxative, it's like the lower 4 inches of your colon. All kinds of people come in. We've probably done 10,000 colonics since we've been open. Either colonoscopy preparation instead of drinking the barium. People who are going on a vacation and they're looking for that, losing that bloat, flat stomach. They got back from a vacation and they just abused their body with food and alcohol and they want to detox. Cancer patients who are on chemotherapy, pain medication that really messes with someone's digestive system. And then there's just people that know that it's good for you to completely detox your system. And so there is a little bit of stigma about it, which is why I joked with you about it a little bit, because it's a personal service, but we have it designed where you have a nursing pager. The therapist can come in and out of the room. You're in there on your own, and you can page if you need someone, and the device really runs the appointment for you once you're on it for approximately 45 minutes. It's basically triple filtrated water you're taking into your system and flushing out, along with all of the toxins and everything that some people have had built up for decades.
Yeah. And for people that don't exactly know, what does the colon do and why is it so important to flush it?
Well, another buzzword, we've heard so much about gut health and how probiotics and gut health really control our overall health. And to have the foods that we eat and the processed foods that we are ingesting really do coat our intestinal walls, and that gets built up, and we it's just really, our systems are designed to be clean, and that's why there are people that promote clean eating, and that's all great, but it's not realistic for most people to clean eat all the time and take everything that they're supposed to and drink enough water. And so unfortunately our gut health becomes toxic, and it's just great to wipe that out.
For sure. And another service that you offer is detoxing the feet. Can you talk about kind of like why that's important for people as well?
I can, and it's actually not detoxing the feet. So it's a great question, and the name is very confusing because it's a foot detoxification treatment. But we have over 2,000 pores at the bottom of our feet, and so you've seen or heard of those patches that you can put on your feet, and you wake up and they're brown and dirty. So because there's so many pores at the bottom of our feet, that is a recommended way to detox your system. So the foot detoxification treatment will detox your joints, your liver, your gallbladder, and it's a slight electric current that actually goes through your body, and it detoxes through the bottom of your feet. So contraindications would be a pacemaker or pregnancy. We don't recommend, but it's a very simple, easy 30-minute service for everyone else.
That's awesome. And as I mentioned earlier, you do a lot, with your businesses. You're a motivational speaker. There's a bunch of other things like that you do that's awesome. What is one aspect of your life that you're currently working on?
That's a great question. I am working on building my team and just making everything that we have next level. Even, I'm very proud of what we have and what we've built. And we're extremely successful. But I am at the point in my life, and I want to recommend this to everyone, where you figure out that point in your life where it doesn't need to be more, more, more. And so I am I'm 50 years old now, and I am looking to slow down and actually practice what I preach and have more self care for myself and downtime. And I have an amazing management team. Our staff here is awesome. So we're just honing in to try to make everybody's lives a little bit easier. But I do have a fourth book that is
Awesome.
in the works, that is almost done. But my priority right now, and it has been since the COVID pandemic, is to just make sure that my staff is taken care of, our clients are taken care of, and instead of stretching ourselves too thin, to make sure that we're still giving the most amazing service in the city. So it's not any one project. It's more taking both of my Serenity facilities and just going. I always say we can never be perfect, but we should never stop striving for perfection.
Love that.
And that's where I'm at now. Yeah.
That's awesome that you have the self awareness to realize that of like, okay, I don't want more. Be like you mentioned earlier, there's this culture of more, 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 and the fact that
Yes.
you're able to sit there and be like, I don't want any more. I've built all this stuff. Maybe it's time for me to slow down.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
And on that topic of leadership, when you are going through a personal struggle or just struggling in general, how do you make sure that you are still continuously showing up for your team?
Again, I do have to, I can't be captain hypocrite, and I need to implement that me time. And if it's reading some self-help books or listening to podcasts, constantly working on myself, because we are an ongoing project. And so there are times I get overwhelmed. There are times that, I go through things just like everyone else, hormonal changes and anxiety and stress and adversity that hits out of nowhere. And I have a team and I have businesses that I have to show up for. So those people that know me well or have heard me speak, I'm a big perspective person. And you have to practice perspective in your daily life in order to be ready to keep things in perspective when things get out of hand, so that you can get yourself grounded. And then I also say, on the flip side, there's a fine line between perspective and validation, because we're still human. And sometimes there are just those days where you need to let yourself not hone in on perspective, but instead just realize that you're a human and validate yourself and make timelines for yourself, and hopefully get back to getting either the next day or the next week, whatever that timeline looks like, on what you need to heal.
I have two more questions for you.
Okay.
Why is Serenity Health and Wellness a good gift for people to get?
I love that question, because I know that every business thinks that their gift certificates are probably the best gift for everyone. But if you go back to the beginning of our chat today, people put themselves last. They don't feel worthy. They don't feel like that's where their finances should be spent. And so they feel guilty. But when you get that as a gift, you have now given them permission to take care of themselves. And so you don't have to worry about a size. You don't have to worry about decor that they really don't love. I think we all have enough signs with words on them. I think that a gift certificate to Serenity or anywhere like this where it's self-care is something that people truly do appreciate. And I know a lot of people that's all they ask for now on Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, just get me a Serenity gift certificate. So I just am really a fan of people taking care of themselves.
That's a great answer. I have one more question for you. If you could have dinner with two people, one person from the past and one person from the present, who would it be and why?
Well, the past one is very easy. That would be my mother, who is my best friend and truly an angel. The nonprofit that we started is called Ruthie's Angels, because my mother's name was Ruthie, and of course she was an angel, and she is now. But just never complained, never felt sorry for herself, just knew that it was part of her journey, and making life miserable for everyone around her wasn't going to make her feel better or cure her sickness. And just an amazing human being that I miss every single day. It's been 27 years and I still miss her every day. So, hands down, it would be my mama. And current day, that is a good one. I think I'm just gravitating to famous people. I'm not sure why. I think because I'm not shy, so I would just ask somebody to have dinner if I wanted, if they were in reach. So I'm gonna go with my one of my favorite actors, who I think seems like a super nice guy, and that would be Tom Hanks. Just charitable, giving, funny, caring, been with his wife for decades, so a great marriage, just a great leader, and so yeah, I love Tom Hanks. That would be pretty amazing.
Awesome. Well, those are the questions I have for you. How can people find you, and what is one thing you want to leave people with?
People can find us either on Serenity's Facebook or our website, serenitymommy.com, and that will take you to both of our facilities. You can choose either the nail salon or the wellness center. You can give us a call, 419-891-2181. People can make appointments online, or they can get their gift certificates online, or of course, come in person. And I just want to leave people with understanding that you are worth it and that you deserve it. And especially if you came from a life of adversity, to use that adversity to strengthen yourself and become a better person instead of using it as a crutch. Just believe in yourself that you can do it. And we never know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. You got this.
That was awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it, and it was a great conversation. So thank you.
Thank you.